Hey everyone, welcome back to My Life in a Flurry. My name is Brenda Kay and I'm so glad that you are here and joining me today. We are going to be doing a planner setup video. In my last video with the budget for November, you got a little peek at what I'm using for planning, and I thought I would share a really simple and very inexpensive way to fill your planner if you need to. So I am using a Franklin Covey binder that I purchased at Goodwill probably, I want to say it was like 5 years ago, and I got it for only a couple dollars. So this one has been in my collection for a while. I can't seem to part with my binders, some of my binders, so I figure I might as well use it. I love that this one has really big rings and that it has kind of this soft floppy cover. And I don't really like the zipper binder ones. It's hard to find ones like this that are this nice. So when I find them, I snag them, and usually for only a couple dollars. And it is genuine leather. So yeah, this is my binder, and I have inserts in here. I purchased these on Etsy and printed them, but I'm just not that crazy about them. They're supposed to be set up like a Hobonichi Weeks. The weekly view printed very weird. I'm not sure why, like this side is like that, and if it was both like this, it'd probably be okay. But I'm finding, let's see, I already set up November in here. I'm finding that I do really good keeping my actual schedule on my phone, because I always have this with me. I don't have to refer to anything. I can just open the calendar, Google Calendar on my phone, and pull up my schedule and appointments and things. So having a weekly timeline isn't something I really need, and I haven't been utilizing it very well. And then I did these dailies because I thought maybe a daily every day would be good, but I don't always need it. Like a regular just to-do list or something for the week would be fine. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take most of these out. I am going to keep the future log calendar in here, but I'm going to take the rest of these out. And what I'm going to use instead is, I found this on the clearance rack at Goodwill, wow, got Goodwill on the brain, at Walmart on the clearance aisle for $1. Now normally it was $4.52, so it wasn't an expensive planner to begin with. I like the hardness of the cover, and I thought about staying in this, but I don't want to, I thought about keeping it in here and just carrying it like this, but I need to keep my budget sheets with me and some other things, so I can't add anything to this very well. And there's not, if I could, I know how to take it apart and add things to it, but the ring isn't big enough. So we're going to take everything out of here and turn this into my planner. So obviously there's a lot of this front part that we won't need because it started in April of this year, but it has all of 2020, well, not all of 2023. It has until June of 2023, which is fine. So it's like an academic calendar, but we're going to take out what we need. That's how we're going to, take out what we need from this planner and put it in our planner here. So yeah, so we have to take everything out, and then we have to punch it to fit in here. So we're going to just take out the rest of this. I think my rings are going to be big enough that I can do that. So give me a minute here to just pull all this apart. when you get a binder or planner like this and you want to take it apart for some reason or whatever, you just pull these rings open. It's pretty simple. So this is the part that we will be using. And who knows, maybe I'll put something, I'll reutilize this for a journal or something. It's another thing I like to do. Now, obviously, these holes don't line up. So a couple different options. You can cover them with sticker paper and repunch them. You can cover them with washi tape and repunch them so that they're decorative. I don't want to go through that process of covering all the holes because you have to cover both sides of the sheet in order for it to not be sticky, and then you have to punch it. And I just don't want to do that. So I do have a nice big paper cutter. If you don't have a nice big paper cutter of some sort, you can just take scissors, and I'm literally going to trim just along the edge of the previous punches and go through and do all of these real quick. Okay, that part is done. Everything is trimmed. Just throw these away. Okay, the next thing you're going to need to do is hole punch all your pages. Now, this is a Franklin Covey classic size hole punch. Obviously, I got it at Goodwill. That is how much I paid for it. I just haven't cleaned that off yet. It does have a little catch. I can't do a lot of pages at once, but it works well. And I did not have to spend like $40 on it. So keep an eye out. I looked for one of these for quite a while. Up until that point, I literally would take a page lifter and mark my holes and punch them with a single hole punch. So, you do what you need to do to make things work. And yeah, you just do that. So I'm going to punch all of these just like that, and we will continue on. pages are ready to go. Now, obviously, this isn't a fancy setup, but that's not the point. The point is you need a planner, and this is inexpensive and quick and easy to do. The next portion of this, so that planner cost me $1, and I have November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 8 months worth of planning, weekly planning I can do in that planner for $1, like not bad at all. And then the other thing I got was this composition notebook for 50 cents. It is 80 sheets. And College Ruled, which is what I prefer. Now it is a stitch bound notebook and not a glue bound notebook, which is very nice actually. A lot of times they're just glued together, but this one's actually stitched, so that's something for me to keep in mind for future notebook needs. This one's actually really nice. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we are going to take all of these pages out, and then yes, we are going to cut them down to size. So that is what we do next. So just like this, I'm going to use my paper cutter and I'm going to cut them. I'm going to measure this and then cut this so it matches the size of the planner. You can do this with a ruler and a pencil and a pair of scissors. Again, necessity. When you're on a budget and you have a need, you figure out how to make it work and you put in the work. If you have the money, you don't have to work as hard. But if you don't have the money, then you have to put in the work and figure out how to solve your problems. So I'm going to see if I can just pull these out as full signatures. I don't think I can. Okay. Do I have something I can cut that with? I have a razor blade. I am going to cut the thread and dismantle this notebook. Again, done with that. And now we can proceed to hole punch everything. Okay, it's been a couple days since I started this video. I ended up not filming the rest of it on the day I started, and then I had the weekend. So I went ahead and finished cutting and punching all of the note paper for from the composition notebook. Now we are going to set up our sections. I am just going to start with general, like large sections, and then as I go along and I'm using this, I'm sure I'll add, like refine it some more, but I'm going to start with 7 sections in my planner. And we are just going to make general dashboards, not anything fancy dividers or anything. And I am probably going to use this size to create these dashboards. So we need to make 7 dashboards for the 7 sections. I am going to go ahead and use Christmas paper for multiple reasons. One, in the interest of time, I do have, the availability to print fall dashboards, print fall papers on really nice paper and cut them out, because I have that supplies, but not everybody has those supplies. So working this on a budget is using what you have. So I happen to have this pad of Christmas paper laying around. It's the only pad of paper I have laying around anymore. And I found it in the back of a closet. Also, because we are almost halfway through November. So I would only have my fall papers in for like 2 weeks, and then we're into Christmas. So I might as well I am very big on living in the season and not jumping ahead seasons, but just in the interest of everything, this is what we're going with. I love the black and white and red color scheme. This one is like pretty much falling apart. So we're going to go with this, and we're going to make our dashboards out of this Christmas paper. So I just have to find... I have actually made dashboards from this several years ago, probably like 5 years ago, for a personal size planner. So I'm going to decide what I want to be my overall like dashboard, and I think it's going to be, let's see here. There's one specific paper in here I am looking for. This one. So this will be my cover page for the season. Because it'll look really good behind that polka dot vellum that I have in my planner right now. And I am just going to line this up I think like that should be wide enough. This is, I think, a little too wide for my pages, but let's see. Let's see what makes the most sense. So if I go there, it's going to be that wide. If I go there, that'll be perfect. Okay. So we're just going to line this up right on the edge here of these little indentations, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to use my pen and just trace around. And I actually will cut this out on my paper cutter. And probably will trim it, the corners, but I don't know where my scissors are at the moment, which is not an uncommon thing in my household. So I'm gonna trim this on here real quick. Okay, so there is the size for all of my dashboards. And I think I'm just going to go through and pick the 7 pages that I need. So let's see. Now that I have my papers picked, I'm just going to go through and cut all of my dividers. Let's see, just get the size real quick and then I can go through and cut everything real quick. Okay, so my battery died. I really need to get a charger for the second battery for my camera, so I'm not running off of one battery all the time. Anyway, I finished cutting these out and I just punched them with my hole punch. And we're gonna go through and put these in an order that makes sense to me. So this is my dashboard and I'm gonna put this clear page lifter in the front and then my vellum, and my dashboard. So behind here will go my year at a glance and my goal pages, which I don't have currently, but my goals pages will go here. So that's that under my dashboard. And then next, I think we will do, for planning, we're going to do the red sweater. And we're going to move all of my planning pages up, including my dailies. And then I'm going to have, so that's my calendar section. Then I'm going to have business. So this is going to be like my Etsy store. Probably, I'm going to start on Etsy, I think. And then go from there. So let's go with, so we have black, red. Let's go with this one. And yeah, that's what I have to have done to my car, which is lovely. So we're just going to take a chunk of note pages for now and move it forward. Then I'm going to have social media. So let's do this one for social media. And a chunk of note pages. And if I have to, I can go get some more note pages. It's not a big deal. Then I'm going to have my home section. So let's do this one. No, let's do this one. This one. Yeah, let's do this one. That's going to be home with a few note pages in it. And then health is next with a few pages. And then my blog, because I'm starting a blog. Lots of stuff going on. And we're just going to put the rest of the pages there. And then my finances in the silver to, you know, call in the money and the wealth. Silver and gold represent money and wealth, so we're going to do that. And then the page lifter in the back. I think when you're doing ring binders, it is important to have hard page lifters in the front and the back so that when you're writing, you can pick it up and write. Some people find that the ring's challenging because of that. It's hard to write on this side because it runs in the way. I've used ring binders off and on through the years, and you just do this with a heavy page lifter and it gives you a hard surface to write on, and I have no problem using my rings. It's just an extra thing to get used to doing. So, okay. All of my dividers are in, and we are getting rather chunky. And I actually think that is going to be it for now. So this is a very, very, very basic setup. I don't have, you know, a lot of specific pages in here, but, you know, very basic to start with. And then as we go along, you know, I'll add stuff in, but this is a simple, easy, budget-friendly setup. So one final flip through. The binder is a Franklin Covey leather binder that I bought at Goodwill for a couple dollars. So you just have to go and look, and you'll eventually find something that you like. I typically go to Goodwill like once a week and just look. Don't always buy something, but I have a little bit of money set aside for Goodwill, and if I find something like this, then I snag it. I have my heavy page lifter, clear page lifter in the front so that I can see the prettiness behind it. My polka dot vellum, which I will probably purchase another sheet of vellum and cut it to fit this because it's a little short, but for now it's not a big deal. My dashboard for my goals section, which I just have year at a glance in here for now for next year, so I can start pre-planning the months for next year. This is my planning section with my clearance planner from Walmart that I cut and punched to fit, monthly and weekly planner. And then I have some daily sections for those busy days where I have a lot going on. Then I have my Etsy section. I'll move that over to my home section. So this will be where all my Etsy information or like selling information, product information will go. That's what I'm looking for, product information. And then next is my social media. So all of my social media information will go in here. Calendars for doing Instagram posts, and I have a TikTok account and YouTube. All of that will go under here. Then my section for home, anything like home, rotating home cleaning routines. This is my reference point for that, and I have a place to put those things for home. So this is a catch-all planner, and this is all my reference information that I can carry with me all the time. And then there will be things divided out for other sections. But home, then health. So this is will be all of the family health information. I've got note pages here. The blog information and notes go here, and then my finances will go here. So all of my budget sheets go back here. So that is the setup for now. I don't obviously have much back here except for the main colors of my home, which I like to always have with me in case I'm out and I happen to buy a gallon of paint or need to reference something. And yeah, that is it for this setup. I will update as it goes along. I don't know if it'll be weekly or not. I may do a weekly plan with me, maybe, if I can figure out how to do a plan with me in these pages, but that will be for, me to figure out during the week. And yeah, that is it for my budget planner setup. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Give me that thumbs up. If you liked my video, comment down below. What do you include in your planner? Is there anything you think might be helpful for me? How do you set up a planner on the budget? What do you use for your planning? I would like to know. We start a conversation down below. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in it, and I will talk to you in my next video.